Modern Real Estate Practice Workbook, page 22. Key points, Unit 2. An individual's property rights are subordinate to governmental rights. The government has the power to determine land use, tax, and regulate private property, and even take private property for public use. Police power is the power that implements public controls for land use. It allows state and local governments to regulate how a property owner uses the property. For instance, through zoning laws or other land use restrictions, such as environmental limitations for the protection of the public health, safety, and general welfare. The power of eminent domain is the government's power to take private property for public use. Condemnation is the process that exercises this right. When private property is taken, the government must pay just compensation to the owner. General real property taxes are called ad valorem taxes because the amount of the tax is based on the value of the property. General real property taxes are levied to support the general operation and services of government and create a property lien. Special assessments are levied for the cost of specific local improvements, and only those pieces of property that benefit from the improvement are taxed. A property owner may appeal a tax assessment to the Assessment Appeals Board. If property is abandoned or if a person dies intestate and without heirs, the property will escheat to the state. The memory aid is Pete. An estate is an interest in property. There are two types of estates: freehold estates, which are estates of ownership, and leasehold estates, which are estates of possession. Freehold estates have an indefinite duration, which lasts until the property is transferred. A leasehold estate may be terminated per the terms of the lease contract or according to state law. The three freehold estates are fee simple absolute, fee simple defeasible, also called a qualified fee because there are deed conditions, and a life estate. A fee simple absolute estate is the greatest and maximum form of ownership. Fee simple defeasible ownership, also called determinable, is a qualified fee because this type of estate always has a condition that must be met. If the deed condition is broken, the estate may revert to the grantor or the grantor's heirs. A life estate is an estate measured by someone's lifetime. The person who will receive the property when the life estate ends holds a revisionary or remainder interest. If no remainder man is named, the estate reverts to the grantor or grantor's heirs. A leasehold is an estate of possession and is a non-ownership interest in property. The lessor, the landlord, accepts rent from the lessee, the tenant, in exchange for possession. There are four types of leasehold estates: the estate for years, the estate from period to period, the estate at will, and the estate at sufferance. An encumbrance is any right, claim, or interest in property held by someone other than the property owner or the one who has a legal right of possession. An easement is a right of use. Easements may be appurtenant or engross. Easements may be created by express contract, necessity, or prescription. Once given, easements are not revocable. Deed restrictions are privately created limitations on land use. They apply to present and future owners. The most common examples are restrictive covenants imposed on all lots within a subdivision by the original developer. Page 23. A lien is a financial encumbrance, an attachment against property. Liens may be specific or general. Specific liens are liens against a specific property. The most common specific liens are government real property tax liens, mechanics liens, construction liens, and mortgages. Judgment liens and IRS liens are general liens against all of a person's assets. An encroachment is an unauthorized use of someone else's property, typically a physical object intruding onto a neighbor's property. Most encroachments are unintentional. A survey or ILC, which is an improvement location certificate, would reveal an encroachment. A license is similar to an easement. It grants permission to enter another's property for a specific purpose. However, unlike an easement, a license does not create an interest in the property and is not an encumbrance against the title. Unlike an easement, a license can be revoked at any time.